Hey, this is Mark Washington, MTC Media. Look, last night's draft sent out a loud message, and I don't think that we're going to see this turn around until the United States does something different if it chooses to, which is it is more valuable to the NBA to have a young international player that's been put in environments that are more professional than it is to have a young, or in Dalton Connect's case, an older American player through the college system. And that's just, you're just going to have to accept that. The international players get an advantage because they're actually handled, their top talent is actually handled correctly in structure. Our top talent has to apologize for being a top talent because we want to treat basketball in this country like No Child Left Behind. Well, what about this kid? He would like to have the experience. See, they don't talk that way there. Their kids understand that there are certain environments that is specifically for a specific talent level, and they understand that. When this happens in basketball in this country, we act like the less talented are victims, which they're not. The United States does not have a structure to help cultivate top talent the way that the international basketball community is structured. And no, it's not college. Stop with this. Well, if they stayed in college, no, that's not it. College is a one-off. It is not how the world plays the game. The majority of high school is a one-off. It's not how the majority of the world plays the game. When you look at USA basketball and you look at our U teams and you watch them play in international competition, and I'm not even talking about the senior teams. I'm talking about U18. I'm talking about U17. If you watch the AmeriCup that just happened, if you watch all of them, look how the game is played. Doesn't resemble high school in the backyard, does it? It doesn't resemble what college looks like now, does it? That's how the world plays the game. And the NBA has for years now morphed into not FIBA plays like the NBA. The NBA plays like FIBA. As I spoke to a guy who used to be an international coach and now coaches in the States, he said, yeah, in the NBA, they're running plays that FIBA ran 3 years ago because it is that. He's right. The NBA is mirroring FIBA. FIBA's not mirroring the NBA. So when you have this, oh, I don't want college to look like the NBA and all this, but you're killing our kids. And then we criticize our kids as if they're lazy and dumb and everything else. No, they're not prepared because we don't have a structured system that prepares them. And you're starting to see that more. They're 19-year-olds as far as being professionally prepared from the international community is head and shoulders further than American players because we don't allow kids to be coached. We don't just say this environment is for the top of the top. It is not all inclusive. We don't do that with basketball. We don't do these things. And then we yell how weak the draft is and what's happening to the American player and all sorts of stuff. We're failing the American player. We're failing them on so many different levels. And then we hump our shoulders. And so, yeah, it doesn't shock me that in a draft like 2024, that we had so many young international players taken at the top because they're more prepared to play professionally than the American players are. And, miss me with this was a terrible draft and next year's going to be so much better because Cooper Flag has not shown that he is a transcendent professional player from the NBA. He hasn't shown that. You guys want Cooper Flag to be that guy. Cooper Flag has not shown anyone that yet. And now maybe at his time at Duke, you're going to start seeing signs of it. But this idea that Cooper Flag is the American savior of basketball and he's the next, hey, man, miss me with that. We are a long way from there. And really, from a professional perspective, none of you all have a reason to be saying that. It's more of that's what you desire. But there's no reason for you to be saying that because Cooper Flag hasn't shown that. And like I said, he'll have a few months down at Duke where he can be a Dookie, and maybe he will show that, and maybe he'll end up being a top pick of 2025, maybe being top 3, top 5, probably. That doesn't mean that once he gets to the NBA, it's going to be a transcendent talent, even if he is picked early. So miss me with that. You guys are talking like he's the second coming of Jordan and that he's a sure thing like other American players. He's not a sure thing. He's not LeBron. We knew LeBron was a sure thing. Cooper Flagg's not LeBron. So miss me with that. So miss me with this whole idea that this could be a one-off and wait until next year. Miss me with that. If you want American basketball to be better, then the structure for the top players has to be different. It's Mark Schwartz from MTC Media.